Have you ever loved something so much that you just want to make it happen every day? Me neither. This is a podcast a day. A podcast a day. It has been a couple days since I've done this. So me calling this a podcast a day, meaning daily, is straight up lies at the moment. I'm not gaslighting you because I'm not. You're not sitting there telling me. No, I definitely feel like you missed someone. I'm telling you, no, you haven't. I'm not gaslighting you. It's just like basic lying. It's not like this isn't. This isn't new ground. I'm really distracted. I don't know if you can hear the wind. It's very loud, and the windows, I can't shut them all the way because they're built like shit, basically. And they're really no one cares. The film is I actually haven't decided what the film is, so I actually don't know. It's Ghostbusters Afterlife, the first one, aka Stranger Things, but spooky. Well, Stranger Things already is spooky, but it's like it's Ghostbusters Lite, it's Ghostbusters After Dark. No, it's Ghostbusters. Well, I'm trying to lean into the whole Nickelodeon sort of. They had Nickelodeon and Nickelodeon After Dark. I think basically it's Nick Jr. sort of Ghostbusters. That's what I'm looking for. Although that's a bit of a Nickelodeon these days. I never watched the doc. What's it called? Quiet on Set, where they basically expose every single person who ever worked at Nickelodeon for being anyway. Yeah, basically the windows, but like shit, they're so stiff when you try and shut them. And I just assumed they'd loosen up over time. They never did. And then from one too many times just like shutting them, the handle just snapped. And the other one, I can see the cracks in it is about to do the same thing. So I can only push them till I can't actually lock them shut. Which makes times like now not great. And it lets a little bit of cold air in. But you know what? I like sleeping in a bit of cold. I'm like the Demogorgon in that way. I like it cold. Today's film is Ghostbusters Afterlife. With the second one coming out, Frozen Empire. How could I not jump on talking about the first one? A revisit. Which I actually saw in cinemas. At the pictures, at the movie theatre. Whatever you call it. Is there any other names for it? Probably, but that's what I'm going to go for, right? And which is rare because if I look at my letterboxd films I saw it would have been 2023, right? It would have been last year. Got to sign in first if you want to do that, mate. I genuinely think, I keep saying I saw about 7. I actually think I had like a decent back 9. Like towards the end, like the end half of the year. I think a little bit better, but like a lot of them I didn't actually see in cinemas though. Like I just like had the late sort of surge on, like, I say late surge, I'm talking about watching like 3 films in the last 2 months of the year. That's not a surge. But I tried to pick it up a bit. It's weird. Every single year when new films come out, I like Google lists and I watch YouTube videos like all the films that are coming out this year and I get excited for them and I write down a big list of all the films I want to see this year and like when they're rumored to come out, and I got a long list and I get to the end of the year and I've seen like 6 films and half of them are Marvel films. I think I just can't. It's just getting out of the house, which I know just sounds like the most depressing shit ever, but like genuinely. And sometimes it's like, I spoke about this before, but I don't know, like it's weird. I want to go, it's very Sheldon Cooper of me, but I want to go to like the certain cinema, sit in a certain screen in a certain seat. I don't want it to be busy, and I want it to be like as swift as like in terms of, I don't want to be in there like, do you want a Tango Ice Plus? What flavour do you want? This and that. Buy a ticket. Oh, what seats you want available? Turn the screen on. I don't want any of that. I just want to go in with a barcode, get in, get out. I got a bottle of Evian in my bag, and that's it. It's very basics. Back to the basics. You know what I mean? In there to watch the film, get out ASAP. And that means that I do like going to the pictures. It's just that I never do, which is like the weird contrast of it. Now here we are. So if we go to decade 2020, obviously I'm on Letterboxd. It's sort of my I've sort of made it home recently, haven't I? It's kind of what we've made the whole podcast around. 2024 so far, by the way, and we're literally coming towards the end of March. It's like, when you get older and you don't go to school anymore, because if you still did, that would be, I guess, now illegal, seeing as you no longer go there. But once you get older and you don't go to school, you forget when the school holidays are, and then sometimes you go out. Like, here's another thing, like, I haven't played football in so long. I was like, you know what? It's loserish. I don't care. I'm just gonna go to the park and just sort of kick it around on my own, just for like, just to do it. Cause it's been years, right? And then I was like, I'll go tomorrow. But then I was like, because I'll just go at like 11. No one will be there. I don't, I'll go there on the bike. No one's gonna be there because everyone will be at like school or something. But then it's like, you know, when you plan stuff like that, oh, I'll go midday, and then all of a sudden you see a bunch of kids around or something, and you're like, what's going on? Or like you go out somewhere, and you're thinking, oh, the trains are gonna be quiet on the way back home, and there's loads of kids in your school uniforms, and you go, what the fuck is going? And you're like, or not school uniforms, just oh, I guess so, yeah. Or like they're coming home at 12, you're thinking, oh, half day, oh wait, it's half term. You just forget all that shit because it's like you don't go anymore. I don't keep up with when Easter and shit. So it's like it might not even be, it probably won't even unless I go at like 7 in the morning or whatever. But yeah, we're going into April, right? And I've seen one film, and I think that's in cinemas and just like on streaming. I've not seen, therefore I've seen nothing on streaming. I've seen one film this year, and that was Dune. And it was a great film. I gave it 4.5 stars because it's hard to be perfect. But like I gave it 4.5 stars. So Dune. It's like I haven't seen anything else. To be fair, what are the options? To be fair, there probably is options. I could look at them right now. I mean, Ghostbusters, I guess, is one of them. That's what I'm literally talking about. But and the thing is, I probably should for stuff like this, like like actually talk about stuff that's relevant to now. But I've seen one film. 2023, I saw one. Oh, I only saw 10 apparently in 2023. That's a lot less than I thought. 2022 I was a bit better. I saw 17. But we'll do like a proper review of this after because today we're meant to be talking about Ghostbusters exactly, and I kind of want to do like go through some of the stuff, but then this is going to turn into like not what it's meant to be about. So we'll keep this to Ghostbusters, and tomorrow's will be like a bit of a letterbox review or something. I don't really know. I can't just make it up as I go along. But let's read the synopsis for Ghostbusters Afterlife, basically. Oh no, yeah, we're doing the first one. I'm all over the place. Ghostbusters. And you got to specify Afterlife because this is the type of thing where there's like you wouldn't think there's loads of films, but then it's the type of so you get franchises that have loads of films. And to be fair, Fast and Furious, as ridiculous as it is, it's all just linear. Well, I don't know if it's linear in terms of timelines, but it's just like Fast and Furious 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just non-stop. It goes up like that. And then you get other franchises where it's like I first thought like, oh, there's like 2 films here and then 3 films, but it's like there's just as many films, but they're just spread out. Like you got like the original ones, and then you got like the kid. They actually have the originals with the dudes, and then they made the remake with like the dudettes, and then they got like the kids one now. I don't know. I'm not even going to lean into an obvious joke there, which Joey Barton style joke. What we're going to be doing next? Sort of the non-binary Ghostbusters. I just said I was going to make the joke, but I was more making the joke about making the joke. If you don't know Joey Barton, well done. It's just more Andrew Tate levels of stuff you don't need in your life. Typed in Ghostbusters, it says no matches found. So, but look, as I go to type in Ghostbusters, it offers me like the Holdovers. That was on my list of film I wanted to see. Why have I never seen it? Why have I still not seen it yet? I'd probably enjoy it. But I think it's because it didn't come out in the UK until like January, which is stupid. It's like I want to watch it around Christmas. I really wanted to watch it, and it's like it's coming out in January around here, and it's like, what are you doing to me? Because I would have watched that. I reckon they lost probably a lot of. I just don't know. Who wants to watch a Christmas film in January? I'll watch it next year at this point. It's like, I know it doesn't really matter. And like, I enjoyed The Bear season 6 or whatever. And that came out in. Oh, to be fair, there's only 4 Ghostbusters films apparently. There's 2 originals, the female, the kids. I thought that for some reason I thought there was like 3 originals, like 2 female ones, now 2 kid ones. Oh no, there is 2 kid ones now, but that would be 3, 2, 2. That's 4, 7. Yeah, I didn't do great in maths. Let's just say that. But let's read the synopsis. We're about 8 minutes in. So genuinely, some of these pods have been about 8 minutes long. So we've really tangented today. I gave it like a 2-star. Like I said, I did see it in cinemas, and somehow it was one of the only films I saw. It came out in 2021. Sorry, I know I'm meant to be getting into it, but what films did I see in 2021 then? Because now I'm just fucking curious. I assume this came. I forgot the whole reason I went to go check my like films. Wasn't to just shit on myself for not seeing many, but was to see like how did this sneak into like the elusive, prestigious club of films that I see, which is not many. In 2021 I saw, I think this was the year I actually saw an OK amount, 16. I swear it said 17 about 1 second ago. I saw this. I saw No Way Home, Don't Look Up. Oh, Hawkeye is a TV show, that doesn't count, I don't know why it's even in here. Tick Tick Boom, Eternals, Encanto, No Time to Die, which we spoke about. That's when I was sitting on the floor in the pictures. Dune, the first one. Come on, King Richard. Um, Honestly, like Ghostbusters, Shang-Chi, French Dispatch, spoke about that as well, hated it. Black Widow, Luca, Cherry, spoke about that as well. Um, Fucking hell. This feels like an eternity ago. I had to like click on these films to make sure they came out in 2021. I didn't just log them in 2021 because I was like, I couldn't have seen that just like, but I guess it was what like going on 3 years ago for some of them films maybe. It's getting sad. I saw something like it was a picture of like Kobe Mainoo. He's a footballer, 18, made his England debut the other day. He's quality, and he posted like a picture of him in an England kit when he was a kid, like dreams do come true or whatever. And the picture was like it looked like so crisp, it was jarring. Like when people post like, oh, here's me as a kid, like wearing my Spider-Man costume, and now I'm Spider-Man for real. It's like, oh, the picture's always kind of blurry and grainy or whatever. You're like, oh wow, throwback. This picture looked like it was taken yesterday, and yeah, he's young, so he was young yesterday probably. But like, it was just like, wow, we really are getting older. Now, when your baby photos to show your fucking manifestation or whatever are HD, that's when you know you're old as fuck. It's getting bad. But yeah, somehow Ghostbusters slipped into these 16 films I saw that year, which honestly doubled the amount I saw last year. I mean, the film's 2021 doubled the amount I saw in like 2023. So I shouldn't be. I should, but whatever. Let's read the synopsis for Ghostbusters Afterlife. I keep forgetting because it's confusing. Is the second one called Afterlife Frozen Empire, or is it just called Ghostbusters Frozen Empire? I don't know. Apparently, it was shite. So they really pushed their luck because people wasn't blown away by the first one. So I don't know what made them feel like they had the right to do a second one. At best, people said the first one was a little bit charming, cute, digestible, lax in areas. But it did the job. It wasn't horrible, right? And then it was just like, I mean, that's enough for us to go for round two. And I was just like, no, you should have just, unless you really were going to change things around. But let's read it out. Uncover the past, protect the future. When a single mom and her two kids arrive in a small town, they begin to discover their connection to the original Ghostbusters and the secret legacy their grandfather had left behind. 2021, directed by Jason Reitman. Maybe I'm pronouncing that right, maybe I'm not. I apologize if I don't. Let's see what else he's directed. He was a director of Juno. Never seen it. Critically acclaimed though, wasn't it? If not, at least by the people. I think a lot of people like Juno. Anything else apart from that I recognize? Well, obviously other stuff, but none that I recognize. I don't hate it. I don't recognize any of these films though. And when was his last film? 2018, 2021, 2009. Interesting that he got the job. Feels like quite a big franchise. And he got it off of not much stuff. I mean, he had Juno behind his butt, but that came out in 2007. But to be fair, there's a lot of like Marvel directors like who didn't have huge films or anything like crazy money wise. Maybe those films were critically adored or something. I ain't heard of them. I feel like I would have heard like, because I don't, as much as I don't watch a lot of Oscar-y films all the time off of my own back, I'll watch people who do on YouTube and shit. But yeah, let's go down and read I mean, yeah, I said I gave it 2 stars. It got an average rating of a 3.1. You know what I mean? That's like relatively decent, I think. Like, I think a lot of people thought it would have been like, when certain films come out, you just know it's gonna be panned and be thought of as like, why do they make this like sort of Black Adam? People hate like Wonder Woman 1984. Is it even that year? I don't know. But it's our films like that. This 3.1, like for what it was trying, like if you just look at it on paper, you go, that's not bad. But to be fair, it did have things going for it. Like it's got Paul Rudd. That's ultimately always going to be like, well, no matter what Paul Rudd is in, which these days is a lot of time not great stuff. Sometimes like like Ant-Man stuff usually. Like even Quantumania, which was just so bad. Like people go, oh, but you can't help but just sort of love that Paul Rudd is just here at least. And to be fair, when you got people like again Ghostbusters link, Bill Murray just doing nothing on screen, yeah, it's gonna make Paul Rudd look crazy. Good. Nothing against Bill Murray, but a lot against Bill Murray and Ant-Man Quantumania. This first film, I mean, who else? It's got Finn Wolfhard, it's got Paul Rudd, it's got J.K. Simmons. Pretty far down the pecking order, but he's in it. It's got Bill Murray, it's got a lot of people in it, but those are the names I recognise straight off the bat. 3 most popular reviews here. We got this one. I mean, this one didn't give it a star, which if you're gonna review it, give it a star. To be fair, it has a 3.1, but the three most popular reviews are like none of them are higher than a 2 star. Not one person in this movie reacts to their initial undeniable confirmation of ghosts as the life-changing moment it should be. Every single person every single person experiences their first ghost with the intrigue of seeing a novelty license plate. That's true. That's true. And look, I didn't think I was going to be defending Ghostbusters today. The Afterlife variety. I've not even seen the other ones, I don't think. But what I think this is actually the first Ghostbusters film I've ever seen. 'Cause I ain't seen the first two. I didn't see the woman one. Which isn't a slight. It sounds like it that because I'm calling it the woman one, but I don't know how else to refer to it as. I could call it maybe like whoever director directed it, that version, but I don't know who directed it. Anyway, I, 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 I'm gonna defend it right now because, like, yeah, but that's just the vibe of the film. It's just like a fun film. It's kind of like watching School of Rock and being like, no one reacted correctly by a man pretending to be a supply teacher and then, you know, taking taking children in his van, you know, it's like, yeah, but it's just like, it's the vibe of the film, it's the tone you set out. We've made quite a few of these now. We can't, the amount of characters, we can't have everyone having like a fucking mental breakdown, not midlife cry, but just sort of, you know, existential, like, sort of, we can't spend 20 minutes on each person slowly coming around to what the hell am I seeing? This is like, well, this is not the film we're doing here. We're just trying to have goofs and gaffs, shits and gigs. I don't know. That one is like your fun part. You know what I mean? It's like, what did you think you were coming for? Did you think this was going to be like Promising Young Woman or some shit? Like, I don't know. That's the first thing that came to mind. I don't know what this one's referring to. So I'm just going to skip it because like it sounds weird to say out loud. Next one. I'm giving Ghostbusters back to the fans. Write script where one of the new Ghostbusters is called podcast. Someone didn't like that. Okay. Who you gonna call? Child Protective Services. 3 stars, 4 stars. Was so good. I need to get to the cinema to watch this new one ASAP. Oh no! I think it's too late. If only I did this episode a little bit earlier, I would have warned you. Cats love Mac. I haven't heard great things. I'd love if you could do edits like on YouTube comments, edit, you know, why didn't you type thing. This one's in French. Oh no, it's not, it's in Spanish. I don't read either. Well, I can't speak either. Well, I'm trying to learn French, but I'm not there yet. Well, I could read it. I could read the Spanish to you as well, but I'm not going to understand. I think that's the main problem. It's not really. It's less so the reading it, and more so the translating it in my brain to then understanding what I am reading. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go for Ghostbusters. What should I review it as? It's hard to review some of these films I saw like a few years ago because like nothing's fresh off my mind. Ghostbusters. What should we review it as? I don't know. I've really got nothing. I've got nothing. I've got no puns. I've got no nothing insightful. I'm just gonna write Ghostbusters. Let's go. You know, I really don't know, man. There's nothing good. There's nothing worth writing. I'm just gonna write, I don't know. Does what it says on the tin. And I think that's what you can say about the film. Like, it doesn't promise a lot, and it delivers on exactly what you see. Like, you know, it's like we're just gonna do another one of these Ghostbuster films, but with like some popular child actors and stuff, and like Paul Rudd, and it's just gonna be like a light, fun little film. You know, decent CGI. Not great for some of the ghosts now I think about it, but like the beams that come out of the car when they come up, when it's got decent little stuff here and there. We're just gonna try and do like a little. They have like sort of the CGI dead guy, which some people think is weird. Some people was like, no, they got permission or whatever. But like, I don't know, when there's other films that exist in the world that like you can see how like Madam Web, it gives you some perspective. Sometimes you walk out of a film, it's like maybe you just saw like what was that, like Society of the Snow, I don't know, All Quiet on the Western Front, some of these like Oscar free films that have been talked about recently, right? Across the last few years. And then you like go to Ghostbusters Afterlife and you're just expecting something. It's like maybe go watch now Madam Web and just get some perspective from both sides of the coin. So I'm just gonna go with that. And yeah, that's my review. I don't know, it does what it says on the tin. Yeah, just checking for typos. I did actually. I'm gonna say it. I just hit my balls by accident basically, and it kind of hurts now. Why is that a thing? You think about like human evolution and stuff. Why isn't it like an armored shell down there? Why isn't it like a little armadillo? You think about, I guess, yeah. You would just think when you see little other things, like we had this tiny little like fiber in between these two organs, which was like came through evolution, and that little bit of evolving stops things getting caught in here and allows you to breathe or whatever. Like you have all these things that you get over millions of years or whatever, but you slightly tap your ball bag. Yep, don't worry, this is going in my fucking stand-up set. I know, it's no one cares. Why does the letterbox logo look all like spooky? Oh, is it for Ghostbusters? Jesus, surely not. I was gonna say it's nowhere near Halloween or whatever, so it has to be for that, which is crazy. Because actually, I don't even know if it's even that high. Should we do a quick little check to sort of the average rating is on that one? Is it even up here yet? Because I want to know. Maybe I made it up that people hated it. Maybe I saw one guy said it was awful. I don't know how you spell ghost. I'm realizing. But I also want to see right now if it actually is bad, or if 2016, 2021. Here we go. Frozen Empire 2024. Just quickly, what is the average rating? 2.7. That is worse than a 3.1. So people didn't like it as much. That was to be expected. I just want to check the cast real quick. Is anyone like new in it who's like of interest? Who's like near top billing? Not that I'm noticing. Patton Oswalt, was he in the first one? That sounds like a big. He's like Remy the Rat. But yeah, no, I don't know what people expected. Anyway, Ghostbusters Afterlife. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.